guys, how's it going? It's Citybug here, and it has been a while since I've been on. I'm sorry that I've been inactive. I'm not really going to go into detail why or anything like that, so for personal reasons. But today's video is going to be a mining guide. So I'm going to go over all the pickaxes in the game, all the minerals that you can mine, and all that good stuff. So when it comes to mining, the first thing that you're going to want to craft is a stone pickaxe. Now the stone pickaxe, you're going to need a handle and a cut stone, and you'll click create tool. So we're going to break that down. The handle, you're going to need one tree stump. You can forage it from any island in the game. And then you're going to craft that alone, click create item, and then you're going to click the handle, not medium or large. You're going to want just the regular handle. Next on the list is the cut stone. You're just going to want to get 2 small stone. You can get this from Bento, Flax, Rockma. There's a lot of places that have stone. You're just going to craft 2 of them, and you'll click create item, and then it'll pop up cut stone or boulder like I show here. And then you're going to click cut stone, not boulder. Boulder's for building, cut stone is for tools. We're going to get those out, our handle and our cut stone. We're going to click them and get them in our crafting menu, and we're going to click create tool. And there we go. Either a stone axe or stone pickaxe is the end result. We're going to click stone pickaxe because this is a mining guide, and we would like to mine materials instead of chop down the large trees in the game. So here's kind of what the stone pickaxe looks like. It's the worst pickaxe in the game, but it allows you to upgrade your pickaxes over time. So these, of course, you can just forage, but if you go to an ore pile, I'd like to call them, I guess, where there's iron or coal or whatever, you can mine stone and iron. Those are the only 2 things you can mine with stone, and it's not going to have very good accuracy. Alright, so I'm going to head over to Rockma, and I'm going to mine myself some iron so I can get myself the next pickaxe in the game is the iron pickaxe. And here are the islands that contain iron. So now that I am on Rockma, I'm going to head into this little cave area. You don't need a lantern or a light source for this one, but it is filled with iron. So I'm just going to mine some iron real quick, and I'll get right back to you guys. As I was saying before, you can mine the stone and the boulders from the ore piles. So the areas that the ores spawn, you can mine the piles like I'm doing right here, if that makes sense, hopefully. So now that we have our iron ore, we are going to want to refine it. So I'm going to have to get out a fire source, and I'm going to have to set the ores on top of it. So in this case, I have a small tree stump. I'm going to set that down. I'm going to get my fire starter out. First, I do want, however, to set my ores on top of the fire source before I start using my fire starter on it, because if you set the ores after, sometimes it doesn't cook all of it, and you want to be able to have everything cooked before your fire burns out. So in this case, I made a fire making bow. Remember, a fire making bow is a handle and a rope. You click create tool. And the other fire starter that you can craft early game is the flint and steel. It's just 2 cut stone, click create tool. The next pickaxe we can create is the iron pickaxe. We go from a stone pickaxe to an iron pickaxe to a steel pickaxe, and then a mithril or blue steel pickaxe in the end. So to get an iron pickaxe, we're going to need a forge, because from here on out, we're going to need an anvil plus a handle, and then plus the refined mineral, depending on which one it is, and then click create tool. So we are going to need a forge. I'm going to go over the forge recipe now. So I'm going to dump all my stone right here. I'm going to create what's called a forge, and to do that, you're going to need 8 small stone, 2 refined iron, and 2 wheat. And you're going to craft each of those. So 2 small stone, click create item. To get a boulder, you're going to create a stone wall by crafting 2 boulders together, create item, and then you're going to have 2 stone walls, 1 thatching, and 2 refined iron like I have right here. And to make thatching, it's 2 wheat, click create item, and then you're going to click thatching instead of wheat bundle. So here you go right here. I'm going to set it up just so you guys can see. This is kind of, so we got our walls, we got our roof, and then the iron is going to pretty much be our anvil and our furnace system. We have a tiny fireplace, I guess you could say, inside the forge. And here's just a reminder, when you're crafting, remember we have our create tool, create item, and process item. In this case, we want to click create tool because it's a final product and it's going to be located in our hotbar. That's pretty much what every tool kind of is. I'm not quite sure how to best explain it. But pretty much when it's ever an item, it's normally not a finished product. Or it can be crafted again after you crafted that certain item, if that makes sense. Alright, so we have our forge now. I'm going to click craft some of these small sticks and create them into handles. You can do that with 2 small sticks. Click create item and you'll get yourself a handle. We're going to set down our forge. I'm going to set it probably, let's climb up first. I don't know if I've gone over some easy ways to climb up into certain areas. But I'll go over that here. So here's a pretty nifty way. If you don't want to do ladders, I've gone over ladders before. I'll go over it again. But ladders, you're just going to need 3 small tree stumps. Click create tool, and there's your ladder. In this case, I'm going to create a stone knife. You can create a iron knife, steel knife, mithril knife. I don't think you can make a bluestone knife, but I can't quite remember on that one. It's been a while, but you can create any knife you want, but they're all kind of just going to be the same. So I always just create like a stone knife, easy, simple. And to create a stone knife, you're going to need a cut stone and 1 piece of string, and then click create tool. So here's the ladder. I'm showing it real fast. Just the 3 tree stumps, and you can set it down. It's a nice way. It's easy to just climb up. You don't have to worry about jumping like the one I will be showing you in just a minute. I think this really is preference. So if you like ladders, go with ladders. If you like what I'm about to show you better, then go with what I'm about to show you, you know? And then you're going to need a cut stone or whatever mineral that you want. So you need rope. So woven leaves into rope, and then rope, click create item, get you string. There's other ways to make string. Here's a easy way if you don't have the certain other items. And then yeah, click create tool, and here's kind of what the knife looks like right here. I'm going to get out my tree stumps. Let's see. Here we go. There's one. You just get your knife out. You're just going to click it, and it'll get these little like lines in them. It's got like an interesting little like pattern. It looks like this. And then you'll just be able to use the drag tool on your hotbar, and you can just drag it and place it, and then just be able to jump up like that and move it, and then move. It's so much faster than a ladder, in my opinion. And you can have 2 of them, where if you have like a higher climb or something that you gotta go up higher, you can have 2 of them. I'll get another one out. Here we go. We'll place it down there. But as you can see also, yeah, if I try to just use a tree stump, it's just gonna fall. So you have to use a knife on it, otherwise it's not gonna stick to the wall that you're trying to climb up. So I'm gonna place down my forge up here, and we are gonna craft ourselves an iron pickaxe. I've showed the recipe before, but just remember it's an anvil plus. So right here we have our anvil. You're gonna click that in the crafting menu like I have right here. Then you're going to get a handle out and a refined iron, and you're going to craft those items together. Click create tool, and you'll get yourself an iron pickaxe. With an iron pickaxe, remember we can only mine coal, iron, stone, and sulfur. So I'm going to mine myself some coal, and remember you can get coal on a whole bunch of islands. And here is a map of all the islands that you can find coal on. There's a lot on the map. So now that I've got my coal, we're going to go over the next pickaxe in the game. So we've gotten a stone and iron. Our next one on the list is the steel pickaxe. So you can't actually mine steel. You have to craft it using 1 piece of refined iron, 1 coal like I'm showing you here, and click create item, and it'll give you a steel mix. So I'm going to make 2 of those real quick. So remember, 1 refined iron, 1 piece of coal, 1 steel mix, and it is steel mix, so you're gonna have to refine it by cooking it. We can use our forge. We have this little furnace, I guess you could say, fireplace area. You're just gonna set it there, get your fire starter out, and click this little black square, And when it turns red, we know that it's ready to go. Now with most ores, when it's refined, it's a subtle little like change. The color gets a little bit darker. So if you're not quite sure if it's cooked or not, you can just hover over it with your forge button and just wait till you see, oh, refined still. Now it's ready to go. So I'm going to get my tree stump out, going to make another handle, and then we're going to make a steel pickaxe by our anvil, plus a handle, plus 1 refined steel. Click Create Tool. When mining in this game, you're bound to end up in a cave that requires a light source. So I'm going to go over light sources now. There are 3 in the game. There's a crude torch, oil torch, and a lantern. So I'm going to go over the first one, the crude torch. It is a handle and then a woven leaves. Click Create Tool. Next is the oil torch. You're going to need a handle, woven leaves, and oil. It has to be filtered, and then click Create Tool. Lastly, the lantern. We have our handle, oil, and glass. Click Create Tool. Here's kind of what each of them look like. We have our crude, we have our oil torch. The crude's a little bit darker. Here's the oil torch. And then our lantern. They don't really look like torches or lanterns, but hey, they still work. But let's break this down because we need filtered oil and we need glass. So let's start with our oil filters. There are 2 oil filters in the game. We have the crude oil filter and the oil filter. The crude oil filter takes about 30 seconds to filter the oil, and the oil filter takes about 20 seconds to filter the oil. So that's a 10-second difference. If you have clay, then go for the oil filter. If you don't have clay on you, then go for the crude. Clay is found on 2 islands, Spring Isle and Terrafix. And oil is found near Plateau and on Mainland in that little like lake area. Alright, so let's make ourselves a crude oil filter. So you're going to get a bush stump, you're going to get woven leaves out, and then rope. And you're going to craft these 3 items together, click Create Tool, and there you go. The next one is the oil filter. You're going to need 1 piece of wet clay. So to get that, you get clay forged from Spring or Terrafix. Then you're going to take out a water container. You're going to click the clay, and it'll become a darker brown color, like I'm doing right here. Then you're going to get out a woven leaves and 1 rope. Click Create Tool, and then you'll have a oil filter. Now, when you are creating a lantern, you're going to need glass. To get glass, you're going to have to forge sand, which you can get on any island in the game. So right here, I have this little sand bay kind of area, I guess, bank. You're going to get your sand out from your backpack after foraging it. Then take out a fire source. Use this small tree stump, and I'm going to light it on fire. And then once they turn a clear color, you'll know that they're cooked and they have become glass. The last item on our list today is the Mithril Pickaxe. So I'm going to show you guys the Mithril Locations. There are 3 in the game. There's 1 on Mainland, there is 1 on Desert, and 1 on Spire. So I'm going to show you guys the Mithril Location on Mainland real quick. You're going to head over this direction on Mainland in your boat, or if you're on Main already, you can just walk over to it. You're going to go to this oil spill area right in that center area where there's a bit of water, and then walk towards this area right underneath the water right here, this little area. You're going to drop down and walk straight through. You're going to want to go quick. Don't stop because you're going to watch your health. When you get to the end of this tunnel, you're going to push swim and go straight up. There's a little bit of space right here, a little hole, and then you're going to get right out, and here you go. You're right into the Mithril Cave. Now, in this area, you're going to have to do a little bit of parkour if you'd like. You can jump up this section here, or you can use our knife and tree stump technique and just climb all the way up, or bridge when you get to the top of this area. You can also use ladders, but I feel like it takes a lot longer to do that. But you just want to get over to that area right over there. So I'm going to get my tree stumps out and climb right over. Now with this section, it was created in a way that you could not bridge over, use ladders, or anything like that. You're going to have to do parkour. This is my least favorite Mithril location because it's a lot of parkour, and if you fall down, you're going to have to restart and go through that tunnel again that we started with and climb your way back up right in this same area. I'll show you guys real quick, but look, I literally can't pull it in here at all. It doesn't let me. So the only thing that we can really do is do some parkour. So first off, you're going to want to jump right down to that little section here, and then you're going to climb right over to this area, jump up here, and instead of going upward, you can't really go up. See, there's kind of like just rock right there. You're going to want to turn towards this direction and jump to that little platform down there. Next, we have this little ladder section. So you jump here. Careful right there. You're going to want to climb up this. It's a natural little ladder. Jump to this platform. Jump across to the corner. And then there you go. You're just about there. Watch out for the little cracks in between each platform. One more jump. And in this game, you want to be careful with your jumps because it takes a couple seconds to allow you to jump again. You have a resting time, about, I think it's like a couple, like 3 seconds max or whatever. But it takes a couple seconds before you can jump again. So don't just like try to jump over and over again, holding the space bar. It does not work. Once you got all the mithril, you can just jump right into the water and then head towards this area. You're going to want to swim up just a little bit and then start your walk out of this little tunnel. Make sure your health is high. Whenever I do this mithril heist, I always try to keep herbal remedies with me, or you can have herbs, whatever. Your health will regenerate on its own, but it will take a little bit of time. Next on our list is desert. You're going to want to head over to this area of desert. It's the huge, like, sandstone rock area. It's very tall. It's not going to be on the smaller, like, flat area of desert. You gonna head to this side of desert, and this time we're gonna have to climb up. So if you want to use your ladders, if you want to use the knife technique, whatever it works for you, you're gonna want to head about to this section right here, and then you're gonna want to start climbing. Now that we're about to this height, if you can see, it's not all the way up, but to this section, there's a little crack right here. You're going to want to turn sideways. You can use the mouse lock, or you can zoom into your character. I like to zoom in because it's just easier for me. But do what's easiest for you. So it's right here. You're just going to want to climb through. You will need a light source. When you walk in, you're going to have 3 piles of gold, rock, and the mithril is going to be up high. So I'm going to mine this real fast. And you will need a steel pickaxe or better to mine gold. Now that I got all the gold that I want, you're going to want to use the ladder method or my knife method and start your climb up to the top of this wall. Once you have all the mithril and all the gold that you want, you're just going to jump down and leave the same way you came in. And remember, this is the area that it's at. So there's just a little crack right here. It's at the edge of this desert area. Our last mithril location is on Spire Island. So you can just use your ladders or whatever to climb up, or you can use the natural way. If you come to this last spire right here, there's a little cavern, I guess you could say, a little hole in the rock that you can walk through, and there's a natural ladder to climb up. Once you get to the top, it's got iron, coal, there's sulfur right here. This is sulfur. Remember, you can mine only with iron, steel, or better. And here is sulfur and gold side by side. Gold is a little bit darker and it looks a little bit more orange than sulfur. And here are the islands you can find gold and sulfur on. Alright, so I'm going to go get the mithril on Spire. I won't talk through all of it, but basically you just want to snake your way around the bridge area and climb all the way up to the highest spire. Alright guys, last mineral on our list is the Chromite. There are 3 locations you can get Chromite. It's on Gold Rock, Spring Island, and Mainland. So I'm on Mainland right now, and close to that oil spill area. You're going to want to come to this huge plateau area. You're going to want to climb up right here. And once you get to the top, there's this little area right here on the... I'll zoom out, see this area right here. You're just going to want to mine these rocks right here. And here is what the Chromite looks like. You can use Chromite for the blue steel recipe to get stainless steel. Or you can use it to make a smeltery. A smeltery is an upgraded forge. It's bigger and has a lot more room inside of it. Here is the map for Chromite. It's on Spring, Gold Rock, and Mainland. And you're only going to need a light source on the Spring Island. So here is Gold Rock. You want to come to this side, and it's right under here where my mouse is. You're just going to drop down, swim up, and you want to watch your health. Go quickly straight for it and just try to mine all of it as much as you can. I would say, here's a tip. Keep herbs on you or herbal remedies, so in case your health goes low and you almost die if you are down there for so long. So in case anyone does not know, on Paradise, you're going to want to climb up, go into the waterfall area, climb all the way up, and drop down into this hole. You will need a light source. There is coal and sulfur down here. On Spring Island, the Chromite is in the cave. You can also find gold and coal here. You're going to want to place down a ladder right here and then climb up, and your Chromite's just up there. You will need a light source. I apologize for being kind of all over the place today. Sorry with these last few things. The last thing I wanted to go over is a stove. So a stove is really nice when you're mining because you only have to light it once unless you retool the stove. And it stays lit, and it's super easy and simple, and it never burns out, or you don't have to get like another tree stump or anything like that. You just light it and you're good. So the recipe for this is a stone wall, 1 charcoal and 1 oil, and then a window. So we're going to break that down. The charcoal is just 2 coal crafted together. Click create item. And the oil has to be filtered, of course. And then the window is 2 glass crafted together. Click create item. And remember, glass is just piles of sand you can forge from the banks of each island. And cook it over a fire source, and they will turn clear and become glass. To light the stove, you're just going to get your fire starter out and click this black square. Once it says success and it turns red, you know that it's lit and ready to go. And then you can just drop all your minerals on top of it. You can retool your stoves. If you get them back out, you will have to relight them like I'm showing here. They'll just be black again. You just get your fire starter out again and then click it until it turns red. Anyway, that's going to do it for today, guys. I hope this video was helpful. I'm sorry it was a little bit all over the place. Hopefully it makes sense. If it doesn't, comment down below if you have any questions. Here's some mining tips. Get as much coal and iron as you can if your end goal is blue steel or anything like soups or stoves. You can also increase your chemistry level for other things, essentially like bombs or herbal remedies with coal. There's so much you can do with iron and so many different recipes, so having a whole bunch of iron and coal is very important. But thanks again so much for watching, and as always, I hope my videos have been helpful. Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Sorry, I'm repeating myself now. Have a good day, guys. Bye!